Iniziamo. Entertainment.
Fitzpatrick didn't give me much to go on. Just the newspaper photo of Malloy and the fact that Malloy stayed here at the Ritz. And there's that girl Fitzpatrick referred to, Sandra. Maybe I can track her down. First I need to find out which apartment Malloy was staying in and then get into it. That means I gotta deal with Nilo, my landlord. It's the second week of April and I'm a little late on my February rent payment. I'll pick up these clothes next time I'm expecting someone else in my bedroom. Yeah, find a chance of that. My parents found this in the attic and sent it to me. I remember the pastoral days of my early youth, riding on my trusty Mount Striper, chasing bank robbers and horse thieves. And all that came to an end one summer afternoon during an electrical storm. The lightning struck a transformer near our home, creating a tremendous power surge. It was after the accident that my brothers and sisters started calling me Tex. Whenever I asked them, they'd just laugh and wink at each other. I never did find out about that nickname. I'll pick up these clothes next time I'm expecting someone else in my bedroom. Yeah.
Sì, lo hai già detto.
I'm currently reading The Maltese Fruitcake. Family's been passing it around for years. I won this athletic supporter trophy in high school. I was the best third-string punter in the state. This is some sort of cool thing. I think that's a ceramic dog. It's a small miniature camel. The nightstands add a pleasant symmetry to my bedroom ensemble. This is where I keep the elixirs and potions that help me maintain my boyish good looks. I had to pick up this Playbook issue. Had an interview with my favorite author, what's his name? I had to pick... This is the certificate and a copy of the check the Mutant League gave me after my last case. I used the cash to expand my office, buy some furniture, and pay off my debts. That left me with $4.12. Soap on a roll. Grandpa Murphy buys this for all the grandkids every Christmas. This is where I shave my face once a month, come rain or shine. Indoor plumbing is one of the many luxuries I try not to take for granted. Amazingly enough, this space-age cabinet came folded into a packet the size of a Triscuit. I'll pick up these clothes next time I'm expecting someone else in my bed. The guy who sold me this hormonotron said it would make women obsolete in my life, but I can't get it to work. I cut this article about Mac Malden out of the newspaper. Gives me a good chuckle. Most of these computer components were purchased at a yard sale. The only one I've been able to get running is the little laptop on the shelf in front of the chair. That's the only computer in the office that works.
E che cosa fa? Ok, ora un CD.
This barbell would provide a great workout if it weren't so darn heavy. Most of these computer components were purchased at a yard sale. The only one I've been able to get running is the little laptop on the shelf in front of the chair.
Un attimo. C'è la rimozione del rumore spento e nessuno maledice. No, ha crashato. Crashato. Riprendi. Oh, che carino che salva da solo. Chiappa la finestra. Acchiappa la finestra. No. Tutto schermo si apre. Allora.
It's another beautiful night in the city I love. I call this painting Bleak Landscape. Oh, I tear up just a little bit every time I look at this empty bottle of Irish whiskey. This is just a bunch of stuff. This is just a bunch of stuff. This is just a bunch of...
E non c'è niente.
This photo was taken at the last family reunion I attended. God, has it really been 18 years?
Lancio. Questa porta? Sì. Ah, è l'ufficio. Ok. Comunque, vediamo un po' nell'inventario.
I cut this thing out of the paper a few days ago. I've known Mac Malden for years. We've worked together on several cases, but I don't know if we're actually friends. We just help each other out occasionally. So Fitzpatrick's staying at the Savoy. Guess I can call him on my vid phone if I need to talk with him.
Quindi, nato il videophone. Questo sì.
My new vid phone is essential to my business. Thank goodness it's easy to operate. My new...
E dove metto? Ah,
Hello, Mr. Murphy. How are your efforts progressing?
I have a few leads. Called to see if you'd give me some additional information.
I'll be happy to tell you anything I know.
chiediamo. A proposito di Malloy.
As I've said, I haven't seen my friend for years, and I don't believe I have any additional information that would help you locate him. The name is new to me. That may have been the girl that I spoke to at the university. As I've said, I haven't seen my friend for years, and I don't believe I have any additional information that would help you locate him. It's my idea that that was the pseudonym that Thomas used when he worked at the university. That's the landlord at the Ritz, if I'm not mistaken. Extremely unpleasant and uncooperative. Oh, my part in all this is relatively unimportant. I can't place the name.
Lo sai?
The man who runs the diner, I found him a very pleasant man. The name is new to me.
Io.
If I'm any judge of character, I think our arrangement will be extremely beneficial.
Ok.
This hot plate will come in handy if I eat anything other than saltines and dog food again. The guy who sold me this said it just might be an unsigned Picasso. It better be, because I paid $30. Eat the rich dog food. A little gamey, but not bad for the price.
Ah.
I've had this jackknife ever since my Weeblos days. My knife used to have all the cool attachments. Now everything's busted off except the pliers and the standard screwdriver head. Rusty the Clown's Fun Book. The only pop-up book in existence with a must-be 18 years or older sticker. I picked this book up at Rook's for $0.25. It's worth every penny. The scanner brings back some truly fond memories. Wonder how Trixie's doing. Took me forever to get this diploma. I had to send in 100 proofs of purchase from True Detective. Couple more cases and I'll have this thing paid for. Then I'll start paying off my student loans. These drawers contain more worthless stuff than a Walmart bargain bin. These drawers... The 60-day warranty just ran out on my electronic shop fax machine. Should break down any minute now.
Quindi sono passati 2 mesi dall'altro gioco.
Between my wedding ring and this picture of my ex-wife Sylvia, I will never, ever forget that women are alien creatures capable of great destruction.
Molto esagerato.
This picture was taken of my ex-wife on her 25th birthday. Yeah, she was gorgeous. Makes me wonder sometimes why we couldn't make it work. I really need to find some stuff to put in here.
No, vediamo se c'è qualcosa dentro.
I really need to find... These drawers are the holding area for stuff that... Yeah, another bill from the electronics shop. I can't believe they expect me to pay for the junk they sell.
Ah, no, ok. Body Parts Collection Agency. Ancora sicuramente. Questa?
I borrowed this magazine on my last trip to the dentist.
Niente. Cassetta.
Yeah, it's taken me years. This picture was taken of my...
No, di nuovo bello. Ok.
I got this from my grandpa, Audie Murphy. It was signed by Richie Havens. Grandpa said he was the original singing detective.
Questo l'ho aspettato.
I haven't played my phonograph.
Questo?
This is the only pot I... This is a breathtaking view.
Mhm. Non si apre nulla. Usciamo.
I should probably stop by the newsstand and see if Chelsea's upset with me about last night. I've been trying to get her to go out with me for years now, and just when I think I might be getting somewhere, I stick my big foot in my mouth.
Ok, dice di
Well,
andare
now
da
I got some
Chelsea.
money, and maybe she'll give me another chance to let me take her out to dinner.
Dice di andare da Chelsea senza sottotitoli.
Hi, Tex.
Hey, I'm sorry about last night.
Is that so? Why?
Playing hard to get, huh? Okay, I'll play your little game.
I'm not in the mood, Tex. You know, this is not a game to me. I have a lot of big decisions to make, and maybe I need to get away to make them.
Hey, everybody needs some space sometimes. Go if you have to, but I'll be waiting when you get back.
Thanks, Tex. I'll keep that in mind. So what's up?
Actually, I'm here to ask you out for dinner, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
What, like a date?
No, non esagero.
No, Be more like two friends having a great meal and maybe some stimulating conversation.
I guess that'd be okay. I mean, yeah, that'd be all right. You know, Tex, I haven't really been myself lately, and I really appreciate you looking out for me.
Chiediamo le
Hey, this is
domande.
gonna be my pleasure. So what are you in the mood for? You know, I heard Weenie World put tater tots on the menu.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you let me make you dinner at my place? It's cheaper than going out. And besides, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. Let's say 8 o'clock?
Well, you talked me into it, Miss Pando.
Well, I feel so spoiled.
By the way, what should I bring, red or white?
You better bring both.
Finally. After years of relentless pursuit, Chelsea's inviting me over to her apartment for dinner. Oh man, the possibilities are making me woozy. Okay, snap out of it, Murphy, and let's get back to work here. Maybe I should head over to the Ritz and see if Nilo's at the front desk. I'm sure he'll be happy to see me.
Ok. Prossima destinazione, il Ritz.
Hold it
Fare
right
su.
there, you sneaking piece of slop.
Calm down, Nilo. I'm not going anywhere.
Damn straight you ain't. Where's my money? You owe me 3 months back rent, pukehead. Come strolling in here like some kind of sunbeam from heaven. Cough it up.
Ah, no, paghiamo tutto, dai.
Ah, that's more like it.
Informazioni.
Now maybe you can answer a few questions for me.
No comprende?
Hey, I had no idea you were bilingual, El Nino.
No one ever talks to me like that. Get the hell out of here, sicko. What now, Pinhead?
Well, now that we're all square, can you take a look at a photo for me?
No comprende?
I said I can use your help.
I heard what you said. It's just my meter ran out. Of course, you see no.
Ok.
So, what's on your mind? Never heard of him. I ain't familiar with that name. Nope.
Recognize the man in this photo?
Yeah, I seen him before.
What can you tell me about it?
He used to stay here. Gone now.
Which room did he stay in?
Hey,
What name did he use when he signed in?
Matthews. Tyson Matthews.
Okay. Well, thanks for the help.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. P-Brain. We only stayed here a couple of weeks. Paid up front for 2 months. But he's too late to get a refund. What are you asking about me for? Want to ask me out on a date? Never heard of him. Ah, nicest guy on the street. Me and him, we talk the same language. I'd like to wipe the smile off that fat guy's face, but he ain't a bad cook. I got a few things I'd like to teach that Chelsea, if you know what I mean. Look, as long as you pay the rent, I don't care if you're the Queen of freaking England.
Ok.
Apartment A is through the door by Nilo's desk and up the stairs. Nilo's had a hard time keeping tenants, so Malloy was probably the last person to stay in the room. Hopefully I'll find a lead once I get inside. The only thing in that store... This door leads to the... This...
Apri. Quindi appartamento A.
So, this is where Malloy stayed. The beginning of the trail. It's all locked up.
Oh no.
What a scumbag. Nilo knew I couldn't get into the apartment without the code. Now he'll probably want to charge me a few $100 for it. At this rate, I'm gonna be broke again in a hurry.
Che malandrino.
This mail drop box, that's Nilo hasn't had this vending machine Sheesh. This sandwich is about as fresh as Nilo's undershirt.
What do you want? I'm busy here.
You know, I'm getting pretty tired of you calling me names.
Oh, am I being mean to you? Tell you what, give me $500 and I'll be real nice.
Well, I'm not gonna give you another dime. You give me the information or I'll turn that mug of yours into taco meat.
Okay. On account of my good mood, I won't charge you. Besides, I can't fit any more of your money in my pocket.
Nilo looks around like he's about to sell some government secret and then lets me take a peek in his special notebook. The code is 4827.
4827, va bene. Andiamo. Un mascalzone. 4827. Giorno 2, 10 anni. Ci abbiamo messo poco.
My head feels like it's full of molasses. Yeah, another swell case for San Francisco's favorite punching bag. I suppose the fact that someone knocked me out must mean I'm on the right track. Whoever hit me did a thorough job. Must have interrupted his search of the apartment. Maybe that means he overlooked something. Whoever furnished the Ritz must have bought credenzas in bulk. An old rusty hot plate. The luxury of hotel living. Nice wastebasket. That drafting table.
Sì, apri.
It's an old photograph.
Jeez.
Envelope.
Bisogna.
Whoever wrote this has worse penmanship than I do. Either that or it's written in some weird language. Look at all those drawers.
No,
Look
cosa
at
hai
them.
detto?
This warehouse is just down the street from the Ritz.
Anche storage. Ah, non era quello. Snow White Warehouse.
The label on the box says it was shipped from Mexico. The label on the box. Airport of the Gods. My Uncle Marty owned a whole series of these books. Go-Karts of the Gods, Lunch of the Gods. I loved this book when I was a kid. Aliens, spaceships, mysterious structures. Then I grew up and realized it was all a load of crap.
Dai.
These boxes are empty. Wonder what they're doing here. No play, bub. I never look at these personally, but I do remember this one. It was the Amazon Woman edition featuring 37 pages of full-color pictures. Nice. Man, what's this? Looks like a scarf. Ooh, this scarf reeks of cheap perfume. I guess Malloy must have had a lady friend in for a visit. And if the lady friend wore this scarf anywhere else in the neighborhood, she'd be pretty hard to forget. Maybe I should show this thing around and see what I can find out. This bed looks like a letter. I wonder who this David Wright is. And more importantly, if Malloy's been to his cabin in Oregon. I wonder who this...
Sì, l'ho già sempre.
Now... Looks like Rook did some business with Mr. Malloy. I wonder if Rook could let me redeem this receipt. Who am I kidding? He'll do anything if the price is right. I shudder to think about all the butts that have sat in that cushion through the ages. Damn, no spare change under here. Looks like Malloy made a special llama pal back in his younger days. Oh man, Chelsea's gonna kill me. I didn't realize how long I was out. God, almost 16 hours. I was out cold straight through our dinner date. She is never gonna believe me.
Viaggio rapido. Andiamo a scusarci.
I fly my speeder to the Four Gables apartment building where Chelsea lives. Luckily, or maybe not, she doesn't answer the door. For the time being, I can save my groveling apology for later and go back to working on my case.
Hanno molto migliorato la mano. Ah, sei andato da che mi hai detto? Mi pare giusto. Avventura.
David Wright's cabin is out in the middle of nowhere. The place appears to be totally abandoned. The door's unlocked, but as soon as I step inside, I sense something wrong. Like I'm just about to open a carton of milk that's been sitting out in the sun too long. Interesting. I bet this'll run on my computer back at the office.
Tipo?
Someone must have been here regularly because no one would have live plants if they weren't going to take care of them. These plants are so dried up, they must have been dead for a while. Whoever came through here to straighten up missed the lamp.
Si aprono? Sì.
These books look like they've been tossed around, like somebody was rifling through them. These books look like...
Mi cercavano qualcosa.
This must be Mr. Wright, the owner of the cabin. It's an interesting picture. Some sort of ancient temple.
Magari in Perù.
The rag's got brown stains all over it. No, that's blood.
Yeah.
Fireplace tools are scattered all over the floor. Fireplace tools are scattered all over the floor.
Cos'è? Qualcuno dice di aver visto gli alieni. Mazzo del mese. Addirittura. Non penso che questo dobbiamo risolvere. Allora. Andiamo a vedere il piano di sopra.
Seems like a strange place to hang a painting. And a security keypad. I guess whatever's behind the door must be important.
Sì. Sto con i colori, no? Ok. E questo è l'indizio. Andare riempito nel video prima, in modo che ci siano 4 quadrati blu. 3 bianchi, 3 verdi, 3 arancioni. Cos'è 12, 16, ok. È un sudoku cognome.
A security keypad.
Non cambia colore.
A security keypad. Piece of stonework is.
Mm. Vedi, dice 4 quadrati blu, 3 rossi, 3 bianchi, 3 verdi, 3 gialli. Ok. Non so se è possibile, quindi. 4 quadrati blu. E se faccio blu? Blu? No, blu, blu. No, è impossibile questo ogni 4. Ora blu, 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 ecco. 1, 2, 3, 4 blu. Non ho carte pin. Proviamo a vedere il CD prima. No, il mio ufficio. No. Allora, ma che bello questo! Mi fa arrivare direttamente nelle stanze. Così apro il CD. CD fa un cavo. Ecco dove serviva il menu. Questi sono così. Sono qua. Questi così. Questi qui. Così. 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 Ah, no, questo non va bene qui. No, 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 aspetta, il blu non si toccano. Il blu sono corretti. Così. Se non posso mettere là. Qui. È così semplice. Questo non può stare qua. Non deve stare qui. Facendo così questi possono stare qua. No. Così. Questo è il... Questo è così. Questo dovrebbe andare qui. Questo qui non ci può stare. Non posso. Qui. Rosso. Qui. Poi si può andare lì. Il bianco finisce là. Il rosso può andare qui. Questo non può stare. Eccolo. Ok, ok. Quindi è 2, 4, 3, 1. Dall'alto. Due, 4, 3, 1, detto 2, 4, 3, sì. Andiamo alla cabina. Enter. Vai. No, qui sono già stati.
Some of these floorboards appear to be loose.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. Someone put some good holes in this guy. There's not much left of him, but I don't think this is Malloy, judging by the hair. Looks more like the guy in the photo downstairs. David Wright. The question is, who's responsible for this? And did they get Malloy, too? Paper scattered around appears to have fallen off the bookcase.
Nothing?
It's a reel of 16mm film. This reel looks at least 100 years old.
Ok. Guardate su tutto.
There's a projection screen on the other wall. I'd better pull it down before I start the film.
Ragione. Ok. Possiamo riguardare alcune cose.
Looks like a post-war map of Scotland.
Posto.
These books look like they've been...
Oh, gli alieni.
What is this? It's gotta be some sort of practical joke. Wait a second. Whatever that thing is, it just moved. I think I remember some sort of alien autopsy film from years ago, but that alien was dead. This thing looks alive, but just barely. Seems to be in a lot of pain. Wonder what happened to him.
Non sta messo tutto bene.
Uh-oh. He doesn't look like he's gonna make it. I wonder if Malloy's disappearance is connected in some way to the contents of this film clip. Military personnel, a live alien? If it wasn't a hoax, this thing could stir things up in a big way. Maybe I shouldn't be getting involved. This is the sort of thing that gets people killed.
Esagerazione. Ehi, ho preso un po' di altro da fare. Andiamo a telefonare al tizio. Anzi, andiamo prima qui. Guardiamo il biglietto.
Rook's been running his pawn shop since sometime before the Eisenhower administration. He's a crusty, mean-spirited little troll who's rumored to have a heart of gold. Yeah, sure. He lets me buy things on credit occasionally, but then he nags me ruthlessly until I pay up. We get along all right, as long as I keep my bills settled.
Up already, Murphy? And it isn't even lunchtime yet. Or am I still asleep? Having a horrible, horrible nightmare.
Say, Rook, is it just my imagination or have you been working out? 'Cause you look great, you little son of a gun.
Oh, Lord, this is a nightmare.
Tell me something, Rook. You ever sat down and thought about how great life is and just smiled to yourself?
No. Now, where's the money you owe me?
Paghiamo? Ma sì, paghiamo.
Well, you're gonna think you're still dreaming, Rook. Because here's the money I owe you. Little pup.
Well, let's pop the champagne and have a parade. Murphy paid me back.
Comunque, andiamo
I'd
lì
love to
adesso.
drink some bubbly with you, Rook, but I'm pretty busy with the case. That's another reason why I stopped by.
Ordinarily, Murphy, I'd tell you what to do with your irritating questions. But after all, you did pay me back. I suppose I can spare you a few moments.
Offriamo dall'inventario la receipt.
I need to redeem this receipt.
You didn't pawn this.
Well, how much is it? Look, I'm willing to pay extra.
$200. Yep, plus $50 for it not being your receipt.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out.
E che cosa abbiamo ottenuto?
So this is the item Malloy pawned. I'm no expert, but this thing looks pretty ancient. Wonder where it came from.
Ah, ok. Iniziamo la serie
Never
di...
heard the name in my life. Of course I've heard about it. I just doubt I know any more about it than you. How should I know who that is? Never heard the name in my life. I've seen this man before. He came into my pawn shop several weeks ago and pawned an item. If you want to find out what he pawned, I suggest you find him and ask him. That's the name of the man whose pawn receipt you brought in. Nilo's run the Ritz for years. He's a pig. But at least he pays cash when he buys something from me.
Ho detto che non ho detto.
I've seen this man before. He came into my pawn shop several weeks ago.
Sì, l'abbiamo già fatto. Ok. Andiamo avanti.
No. Next question.
Ok.
You know enough about me. Louis a good man. He seems to like you quite a bit. I can't figure out for the life of me why. Oh, Chelsea. If I were a younger man, you wouldn't have a chance with her. Now, I'll admit you have some skills as a PI. It's your...
Va bene, usciamo. Andiamo nel picoletto. Ah, quanti ricordi. Niente. Sappiato quindi niente. Non sanno. Che bisogna sono piatti. Ah, non c'è più mutante. Chocoman. Niente. Ah, non era qua.
Ah, Clint's old studio.
No, non c'è niente. Vai. No, non si legge questo.
If I ever find out who wrote this graffiti, I'll beat him senseless with a pair of wingtips.
3D. Ma non c'è niente. E si sposta. Nessuno mi pare non ci fosse nulla. Per la porta finta disegnata sul muro.
Sure looks like this door's painted on.
Sì. No. Usciamo fuori.
The bank's never open, and the ATM machine, of course, is broken. Go figure.
C'è sicuro non c'è.
The slice of heaven's been vacant for months. During one of my previous cases, I did a job for the former owner, Francesca Lucido. Helped her get a divorce from her dirtbag husband, and she took him to the cleaners. Last I heard, she was dating some young stud named Julio and renting a condo in Miami Beach.
Buon per lei. No, hanno ripulito qua. Tolto tutti i rifiuti radioattivi.
The slice of heaven's been I wonder why I never noticed.
Cosa c'è?
Yeah, floors and stairs in here are all pretty dusty. Doesn't look as though anybody's been in here for a while.
Bello. Oh, la lentezza.
An ancient garbage can. It's a bottle of something. Yummy. 25-year-old scotch.
Nostra. Dobbiamo andare da lui. In questo bassissimo ferro. Questa davanti a noi. È un museo. Sarà aperto? Aperto.
The Brew and Stew, Louie's Diner, is more of a home to me than my place at the Ritz. Louie's probably my best friend if I have one. He's always making sure I get enough to eat, and he runs me tabs for months at a time. My current debt is up to $200. But with the smell of fresh coffee and Louie's special home cooking, the Brew and Stew always has the welcome sign turned on.
Mike! I noticed you talking to that older gentleman last night. I bet Rook $20 that he hired you to do some work for him.
Hai vinto, dai.
Well, I'm happy to report that Rook owes you $20, though I'm sure he's going to be real happy about paying off the bet.
I think Rook's only nice to members of the fairer sex, and not too many of them. So I was right. You did get a job.
Identi. Ma si è
My client's looking for a friend of his. He's not having too much luck finding him. He gave me a nice advance to see what I could turn up.
Congratulations, Mike. It must be a relief to be working again.
You said it. It's actually why I came down here. I'm hoping you can help me with the lead.
Vediamo.
Sorry, Mike. Haven't heard of him. Oh, yeah. I remember this scarf. And the perfume on it. Young, blonde girl. Came in here a while ago. She was real pretty, though a little heavy on the makeup. I think she said her name was Emily. I don't know anything else about her.
Okay.
I saw Malden a couple weeks ago when the cops came by to clean out Rusty's place. He hasn't changed much, except around the waistline. I'm pretty sure I've never heard that name. This is the guy that was with that young blonde girl who was wearing the nice-smelling scarf. Sorry, Mike. Haven't heard of him. I don't like to talk bad about people, so I got nothing to say about Nilo. I just saw him talking to you. That's about it. Rook's just an ordinary son of a gun, but believe it or not, He's pretty soft underneath. What are you asking about me for? I ain't nothing special. Chelsea's the sweetest girl I've ever met. There's nothing I'd like more than to see you two together. You're okay in my book, Mike, no matter what anyone else says.
Paghiamo il debito.
You're okay in my book, Mike.
Finiremo senza soldi subito, mi sa. Era... Inventare qui. 1230. Non abbiamo i soldi, infatti. Vabbè. L'altro. Questo è letto.
Rusty's front door is sealed off with a cop lock.
Mi pare giusto. Cosa c'è qua?
A sermon on the joys of not eating meat, to be delivered by Reverend Gary. Okay.
Poco manca, no? Oh. Nuova location. Però prima...
It's all locked. The title to this warehouse has been passed around more times than a 50-cent piece.
Ma dove l'avevamo? Questo...
This warehouse is just down the street from the Ritz.
Vabbè, andiamo di qua.
And he proclaimed in a mighty voice, "Woe be unto ye, eaters of flesh! Cursed are those who partake of the sausage patties and links and sizzling bacon. Cry for forgiveness, ye ingesters of honey-baked ham and all other manner of breakfast meats."
Reality show. Ecco.
You! No, not you, the one in the hat. Have you not come to be healed?
Dipende.
No. Actually, I was wondering if you knew where I could get some nice prime rib.
Blasphemer! Know you not the effects of the vile grub that rots within your digestive tract?
Listen, let's leave my digestive tract out of this. All I want to do is ask you a few questions.
There is only one answer, and that is to partake not of the flesh, especially red meat, and choose instead the bulk and fiber of cereals, fruits, vegetables, and especially grains.
Lupo.
Well, how about I have a steak, but I wash it down with something grain-based, say double bourbon.
Steak is the spawn of evil. Bourbon, however, is a different thing indeed.
Okay, ecco.
I myself prefer a fine single malt Scotch.
I'll tell you what. If I bring you a bottle of single malt Scotch, will you answer some questions?
For a bottle of single malt, I will not only answer your questions, I will bless your family for 3 generations. For now, I must return to my preaching.
Sounds like a bottle of good Scotch might loosen up Crazy Gary's tongue. I heard that Sal Lucido, the former owner of the Slice of Heaven Pizza...
Sì, appena l'ha preso.
Well, That won't.
Perché?
I happen.
Well,
How may I assist you, O venerable giver of the precious potation?
Chiedi a proposito di
That
tax.
appellation is foreign to me.
Va bene.
I have been summoned by a greater power to preach against the forces of red meat and its kin. It is my calling in life, and I fear no man. I have seen the warehouse, but have never entered therein. A name with which I am totally unfamiliar.
Ok.
My ignorance is regrettable.
Va bene.
That
Ok.
a name with which
Non sai nulla.
I saw this man but once, strolling along the thoroughfare. He appeared to drop an article of some sort. When he bent to retrieve it, I espied an object fall from his pocket. It turned out to be a key. You may indeed have the key, and I wish you luck in locating the poor man.
Molto generoso.
That
Ok.
The cretin is a veritable slaughterhouse. If he approaches to within eyesight, I fairly retch from the foul odor. A name with which I am. Psycho Preacher! That's what the foul little man calls me. A curse.
Addirittura.
That nefarious parasite, his very livelihood subsists on.
Ok.
The lovely creature who had.
Oh, tutti saranno
Your
bravi.
taste in Scotch is unquestionable, for that. Your taste in
Vabbè. Ciao. Ma non c'è nient'altro? No. Allora, vediamo un po'. Sarà la chiave della warehouse? Si legge. Vabbè. Proviamo alla warehouse. Questo si apre. Si apre molto lentamente, verifichiamo. Ciò. Warehouse. Usa la chiave. Ah. Questo è sospetto.
sword looks pretty sharp. It's probably the reason for the peg leg. Must belong to the guy with the hook. Well, blow me down. It's a Lucky Pierre signature souvenir pirate hat. Arr, a peg leg. I hope all the prosthetic devices didn't belong to the same pirate. That's a nasty hook.
Uncino.
You can put an eye out with that.
Niente. Sono presi. Soltanto la gamba di me.
I'll need to move it out of that tight corner before I can open it.
Ok. Ok.
This panel must operate
Sì.
this panel.
Calcolo solo.
The slots on the trolley are lined up with the ring on top of Malloy's crate. Now we just need to find...
8 mm.
The slots on the trolley...
Ah, l'ho fatto davvero. Quindi ora andiamo su.
That ought to do the trick. Looks like something fell out of Malloy's crate.
Mappa dell'Asia. Non c'è. Oh. No, è già aperto.
Plains of Nazca. I don't see any airplanes.
Di Nazca. Nient'altro.
So this is certainly an interesting design. I wonder what type of symbols these are.
Ma questo è un altro. Uso con colori box. Usare sul CD. No.
What's this? It's a crate with Thomas Malloy's name stenciled right on the side.
È già aperto.
This stored gear looks like surveyor's equipment.
No. Abbiamo fatto tutto.
These are either...
Addirittura. Qua non si apre, non c'è niente. Proviamo su.
Sheesh. The way my luck's been going. That box looks... These crates...
Niente. Dove potremmo andare? Usciamo. Vediamo se c'è il tizio dell'hotel. Come si chiamava? Pardo? Sì.
This place has been locked.
Oh.
I guess this letter didn't quite make it into the mailbox. Uh-oh. Moral dilemma. To mail or not to mail? That is the question.
Mappa di giochi.
Uh-oh. More...
Però ci potrei pagare i debiti.
This mailbox... I may regret this the next time I'm eating dog food for breakfast, but right now it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
The Golden Gate Hotel was shut down a couple of months ago. Turns out it's a big fire trap. This gate opens up to the alley behind the Golden Gate Hotel.
What's that? Yeah. Okay.
The Coco Cabana was just opened by a reformed bum named Clint. I met him during my last case when he was living in a dumpster in an alley behind Rook's pawn shop.
Ah, è lui. Fatto carriera.
Yeah,
You know, Clint, some men, they just can't wear a toupee. But it looks pretty good on you.
Yeah, and that's what your mom told me, right before I slapped the handcuffs on her, like I do every Saturday night.
No, friendly.
Okay, well, I can tell you're just in one of your moods. How about serving me up a nice vanilla frogurt?
Ah, vanilla's for pansies. The only thing I serve here is pure creamy chocolate. And if that's too strong for you, well, then get lost.
How special. Must.
Okay, well, let's see the menu. Oh, your house special looks interesting. Clint's enchanting chocolate chili.
Ooh.
That come con carne?
Read the sign again, bonehead. It says, sorry, no carne. Besides, I'm all out of the chocolate chili. Sorry.
Vabbè, dai.
Tell you what, why don't you surprise me? I'd like something tasty, but not too rich.
Sorry, I happen to be out of everything at the moment. In fact, I was just about to close up for the day. So unless you have something important on your mind, well, why don't you just run along?
E non trovo i soldi. Vediamo se parla.
Nope. Everyone thought I was nuts until that lunatic moved into the neighborhood. Emily? Yeah, you must be talking about the girl who sings at the Flamingo. She's come by here a couple times with a gigantic guy named Gus Leach.
Ok.
He runs the Fuchsia Flamingo, and he might be Emily's boyfriend. They come by every once in a while and order the bliss on a biscuit. Actually, now that you mention it, the last time those two were here, Leach dropped a key under his seat, and I didn't find it until after they left.
Oh,
I've been meaning to run it down to the Flamingo, but if you're gonna go that way, drop it off for me.
certo.
This scarf belongs to Emily. Love that perfume. Smells almost as good as fresh chocolate.
Sì, sì, sì.
Oh, I wish I could help you. Ever heard of... Nope. Oh, I wish... Nilo? An open sore on the face of humanity. At one point, I had to choose between living at the Ritz and living in the dumpster. I took the lesser evil.
Ah, ecco come prende.
Totally unfamiliar. That blood-sucking tightwad, he wanted me to pay rent for living in the dumpster outside of his pawn shop.
Non sorprende.
That guy's a real gem. Hell of a cook. Chelsea's a nice girl. But whatever happened between us was over long ago. Don't let the torch she still carries for me stand in your way.
Sì, sicuro.
All right. You brought me a chocolate pie when I was on the skids. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. You're a god. Happy?
So Emily works at the Flamingo with someone named Gus Leach. Now that I got the key, maybe I should go ahead and pay him a little visit.
Sì. Dunque, dove lo trovo il fianco?
I've known Lieutenant Mac Malden for years, and occasionally we help each other out. Like a few months ago, when I gave Mac a tip on finding Rusty the Clown's body in the funhouse down the street from the Ritz.
Well, as I live and breathe, it isn't Tex Murphy, my little PI pal.
So
Hey, what's your arm doing in a sling? Isn't it usually your butt?
You're a funny guy, Murphy. You know, I sprained my elbow beating the hell out of a guy just 'cause he reminded me of you.
Ah. Policy over.
Injured in the line of duty, huh? That must be why they made you Cop of the Month.
Cop of the month. Whoop-de-doo. I got a monogrammed nightstick and an all-you-can-eat dinner at Jolly John's House of Grub. Though I do suppose I owe you one for helping me find Rusty's remains at the funhouse. So what do you want?
Chiedi di Gaslich.
Don't know anything about him.
Emily?
You think I know everyone in this town? Don't know any... You think I know... You think... No, I'm doing just fine. Now that Joanne's left me, it's like a whole new, beautiful world.
Ah,
Sorry. Well, there are some things I don't know about. Don't know anything...
sai qualcosa?
You think I know everyone in this? Don't know anything about him. I met him when we were investigating the pawn shop robberies. Seemed like a decent guy. Louis makes the best chili in town. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in with my new low-fat, high-fiber diet.
Ma ecco perché così interessato.
You think I know everyone in this town? You're not my type, if that's what you're asking.
Che può volere da alimentare.
You can keep that.
Certo.
You can keep...
Mi sa che facciamo...
You can keep that.
Ah, questa.
You can keep... You...
Niente.
You can keep that. You... You can...
Va bene. Non facciamo niente con te. Elsie?
Chelsea's still not home.
No. Vediamo maggiori informazioni.
How's your case coming along? Anything I can do to help? Leach is the guy who opened the club. Big fella. Got a real hearty appetite. Clint's done real good for himself. That chocolate stand up at Coit Tower's doing some pretty good business.
The future flamingo certainly has...
Quello che ha dentro.
Key doesn't seem to work on the front door lock.
Essere qui.
That doesn't seem to... So...
Ok. Bidone 3D. Vuoto. No. Spada. Un'antenna.
This antenna isn't busted. I might be able to extend it. There we go.
Un'antenna estenduta. Seria una pizza addirittura. Perché non è più qua. Bidone in 3D qua. Niente. Niente. Queste scale? Non conosco. Oh,
Well, surprisingly, none of the windows are broken. Of course, the only people that hang out back here are usually too drunk to sit up, much less throw rocks.
ok. Ah, no, no, si sa quello in più. Saremo veloci. Cosa nostra? Eh sì, perché noi siamo a pizza. Siamo dentro.
Didn't mean to wake you, Emily. I'm sorry.
Non fu nulla.
How did you get in here?
Diamogli le chiavi.
You recognize this? It's your key. You dropped it down by Coy Tower, but I brought it by just to check and make sure it was the right one.
Well, you're a regular Boy Scout, aren't you?
Chiediamo.
It's funny you'd say that because I used to be a Boy Scout, Troop 77. But now I'm a PI, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What's that smell?
Mostriamo.
I'm not sure, but my best guess is this is what you're smelling. Oh, it's not mine. Really.
Where'd you get this?
Diciamo.
Well, I found it next door at the Ritz. That's where I live, and I've been trying to find out who it belongs to.
I'll make sure it gets to the right person. Now, why don't you run along before I call the cops?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think Mr. Leach and I hit it off pretty darn well. At least he told me what I wanted to know. Emily lives at the Flamingo. Now I'll just have to find another way into the club, get past that big mutant. Maybe Chelsea could help.
Yeah.
Seems to me she mentioned having a membership to the club. If she's home, I'll apologize and see if she'll go out for a drink with me. Maybe at the Fuchsia Flamingo.
Andiamo alla Chelsea. Dove da San Francisco c'è il suo apartment.
When I get to Chelsea's apartment at the Four Gables, there's a knot in my stomach as big as a cantaloupe. She's probably convinced I stood her up. I'll be lucky if she even talks to me. Hi.
You're just a little late, aren't you?
Okay. I know this looks really bad, and you're probably really upset with me.
You're damn right I'm upset. I didn't deserve to be stood up.
It's not what you think, Chelsea. I was working on this case and I got jumped by someone. I was out cold the whole time I was supposed to be here.
Oh, I have heard a lot of lame excuses, but this has got to be the worst one ever.
Vediamo. Non lo so. Andiamo sul tenere patetico. Tenere patetico.
I'd never stand you up on purpose. Not after all the groveling I've done to get you to go out with me.
And why should I believe you?
Fisica, luce, integrità. Però fisica non è che vorrà qualcosa da alimentare. Basta.
I told you before, Chelsea, I am crazy about you. And I'd do anything to make you crazy about me. I couldn't help not being here last night. But if you're not going to believe me, we might as well call it quits right now. I mean, we'll never get anywhere if you can't take me at my word.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was just really looking forward to seeing you, and well, then you didn't come, and well, I figured you'd changed your mind.
For a long time now, I've had a hankering to grab you, jump onto old Tumbleweed, and ride off into the sunset.
Whoa! Slow down, buckaroo. I don't know if I'm ready for this whole sunset thing. Let's start with dinner and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Maybe this time I should cook. I make a mean peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I'm really not hungry, Tex. Let's do it another time. I'm taking a few days off from the newsstand, but I'll call you and we'll decide when. I feel like a mess, and boy, do I really need to get some sleep. And I am sorry that I got so upset with you. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fuchsia Flamingo proudly presents your entertainment.
I fly back home and walk over to the front door of the Flamingo. Luckily, someone other than Leach is checking the memberships. I get a nice older couple to sponsor me, and I'm in like Flynn. Looks like Lucy Love is wearing the scarf I gave to Leach. Nice to meet you, Emily. Now I just gotta figure out how to get a minute of your time. Unfortunately, Leach hasn't taken his eyes off me since I sat down. He's probably wondering how I got in. I better get a move on before he throws me out. As soon as he gives me an opening, I'll see if I can slip upstairs to Emily's apartment.
Come near me and I'll scream. I mean it.
Hold on. I just need to talk to you for a minute.
What do you want?
My name's Tex Murphy. I'm looking for Thomas Malloy.
I know you.
Have we met?
No, you're a detective, right? Listen, I have to get ready for my next set. Why don't you have a seat right over here? I've heard you can help people.
I do my best.
You think you can help me?
Well, it depends on the problem.
I think someone's gonna murder me.
Why would you think that?
It started a couple days after Thomas left. I got a weird call. Someone asking where Thomas had gone. I told them I didn't know, and they hung up. A couple days later, I found a note in my room. After I read it, I was so scared. I told Gus. He told me not to worry about it. That it was just some freak who gets off on scaring women. But I know it's not like that. It's serious.
Oh, this sounds like something the police ought to handle.
Gus says he'll protect me. He doesn't want the police or anyone else taking care of me. I know he means well. But sometimes... But he's always been so good to me. I don't know what to do.
I'll need to take a look at the note, if you still got it.
I do. But I tore it up after I read it. I was gonna throw it away, but I decided to save it and give it to the police.
Good girl. Now, have you received any calls or messages like this since then?
No. But I feel like someone's watching me.
I'll check that out. By the way, you tell me your real name?
Emily. Emily Sue Patterson.
Listen, Emily, I'll do what I can. But you gotta promise me that you'll tell me everything about Dr. Malloy.
Well, that's probably fair. I think I can trust you. Why are you looking for him?
Actually, I was hired by a friend of his to find him.
Hey, Emily, you're on it. What the hell are you doing in here?
Gus, it's okay. He just came up for an autograph picture. I'll be right
Get the photo
down.
another time. Get the hell out.
We were done anyway. Good night, Lucy.
Don't bother going back to your table. Just keep on walking right out of my club. If I see the flamingo again, I'll break your legs.
Well, my bar tab's on the table. Guess that means the drinks are on you. Night, Leech.
Quinto giorno. Giorno 3. Scorre molto velocemente questo gioco.
Men are imbeciles, women are erratic. Is this any good?
Well, not really. The guy generalizes too much, and I think all people who generalize are idiots.
Well, I'll have to cross that off my list of things to do.
So, to what do I owe this pleasant, yet entirely unprecedented visit?
Oh, you know how we women are. I've just been thinking things over again.
Enough?
I think you do enough thinking for both of us.
Yeah, well, I finally reached a firm decision. I think. Something you said the other day has stuck in my head. You know, you told me that if I left, that you'd still be here when I got back. Did you mean that?
What was that?
Yeah. I can't afford to move anywhere nice.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I figured. Look, I just stopped by to let you know that I'm going to Phoenix. See you later, Tex.
No, abbiamo sbagliato.
Man, I can't decide if Chelsea's really interested or if she just likes torturing me. Either way, I think I'll take a nice cool shower and get back to work. Maybe looking at the note Emily gave me last night will help keep my one-track mind off Chelsea.
Sì. Esaminiamo. Poi se poi pezzettini piccoli. Questa sì, così. Vediamo lì. Mettiamo un po' su. Se no del tutto. Via tutti quanti. Mettiamo sembra io. Tutti quanti. Non mi incasta. Questo è anche un po'. Sembra, ma non sono convinto. Sempre più. Aspetta, questi due sembrano. Questo è dritto. Vediamo così. Via vagamente. Via. Questo va bene giusto così. Questo è così. Qua. Questo mi sa di anche qui. Eh sì, non lì. Non ci somiglia. Sembra. Sembra, ma non mi convince. Ah, pizza. Pezzo. Ah, il pezzo di pezzo. Questo. Speriamo che non sia un dettaglio. Invertiti no. Così via. Ma non sarà così. No, l'unico modo del resto è questo. Questi due. Ah, questi devono essere. Questo sempre qui. Medio. No? Aria. Sculptures. Probabilmente. Non so, questo teniamo la mano. Questo è un waiting GUI. And watching. Questo è il centro. Incompatibile. Qua in mezzo vedo che si incastra. Questa no, questa è qui di sicuro. Uno. Via Freddy. Senti qui. Mi ha fatto non sei di qua dentro. Via Freddy. Ah no, proprio di là dentro. Questo è girato.
Yeah. Emily Stalker was careful not to leave anything traceable on this note. The only distinctive thing about it is the black arrow symbol.
Sì. Che potremmo fare? Innanzitutto salvare, che non abbiamo ancora salvato. Dove potremo andare? Adesso non c'è più. La cabina, sì, accessibile. Vediamo la polizia.
Make it quick, Murphy. I got about a million things to do. And wasting time on you ain't one of them.
We've known each other a long time, Mac. You don't need to pretend you're busy every time I stop by.
Look, I doubt you will understand this concept, Murphy, but I have a real job, and I've got a lot to do today. So go ahead and ask me a few questions, but then get out of my hair and go play detective somewhere else.
Questo?
Take a look at this note.
Oh, perfetto.
Damn. Did you get this?
I got it from a client. What can you tell me about it?
You ever hear about the Black Arrow Killer?
It's vaguely familiar, but refresh my memory.
Oh no, you're on your own in this one. You take care of yourself. That's dangerous territory.
Quindi non ci vuole dire del killer. Sicuro?
Most of what I know came from the papers. I know there's a rumor around that the Black Arrow Killer has moved out here. Sorry. I don't know any more.
Proviamo con lui.
Wife, you just missed Chelsea. She stopped in to say goodbye. She's apparently off to Arizona. Is everything okay with you two?
I have absolutely no idea. What did Chelsea tell you?
Well, she and I talked for a bit. She's having a rough go of it.
Well, maybe I'm just not in touch with my feminine side, but what exactly is so rough?
Well, it's part you, part turning 30. I told her everyone goes through a phase like this. I haven't yet. Of course, I'm still young. I'm 58 and I still ain't ready to settle down. Tell me, Mife, you ever been truly in love with someone?
Sure. Used to be married.
Yeah, the only thing easier than falling in love is getting married.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's a hell of a lot harder to get out of a marriage than it is to get into one.
You know what it is, Mife? Chemicals. Up in your brain. We got these chemicals going bananas.
Yeah, when the old dorsal amygdala gets fired up, look out for trouble.
My point is, falling in love don't mean a lot. What's hard is knowing someone real well and still liking them. But that ain't even the hardest thing. The hardest thing is finding someone you can trust. Remember that. Now, I'll get off my soapbox. What can I do for you? I remember reading about the Black Arrow Killer. Someone was covering the story in the Bay City Mirror. You want to find copies of the Black Arrow Killer articles? I throw out all my old papers, but Rook sometimes holds on to his. Keeps them in the alley back of the pawn shop. Out of my
So, a Chelsea left town, eh? Well, I was wondering how long it'd take before you drive her out of the state.
That's why I came by, Rook. I'm feeling very lonely.
Don't bother me, Buster. Ask me questions if you must. But look someplace else for a date.
Bay City Mirror.
The Mirror is a fine publication. I try to save my copies so they can be recycled. Then the bums come while I'm sleeping and steal them. Probably using them for blankets. I read about the Black Arrow Killer in the newspaper, but why are you asking me about him? He was arrested in Nevada some time ago. I don't know a thing about it. Never heard the name. I've heard that a stranger's been seen lurking around the neighborhood lately. I figured it was just you getting your jollies.
Vabbè, finiamo e usciamo là.
Man, seems like I have to go through Rook's garbage at some point in every case I take. What a dirty, rotten job. Well, here's an old issue of the Bay City Mirror.
Prendilo ed esatto. Visto. In Arizona domanda da Chelsea. Ok, e vogliamo via?
Did you find out anything else about that note you brought in here?
Some, but I'll give you the details later when I got some extra time. I came by to get some more information from you.
One newspaper. Offer.
You can keep that.
No.
She's a crime reporter for the Bay City Mirror. If anything, she's more irritating than you are.
Questo è tutto.
What?
Conversazione.
That name sounds familiar.
Mi piace cercare.
I can.
Conoscere la giornalista. Di no.
I remember Lucia Purnell. Quite a strong-willed young woman. She works for the Bay City Mirror and came to interview me right after my shop was broken into. I have her business card here if you want to contact her.
Quindi ora abbiamo Andiamo in ufficio e la chiamiamo.
This is a private number.
Dritti al punto.
Yeah, I know. This is Lucia Purnell, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Purnell. Who are you?
Dritti al sodo.
My name's Murphy. I'm a PI, and I'm investigating a case you covered in the Bay City Mirror. The Black Arrow Killer.
Yeah? So are 1,000 other people. What makes you so special?
Client note.
I've got a note that might be from the Black Arrow Killer.
Okay, let's meet. I can tell you whether it's the real thing or not.
Rendezvous? Uno hangout. Rendezvous.
Where should we meet? You know, I prefer a place with good ambiance, but not too pricey.
I hope you don't mind, but I've been tracing your call. I know the area, and if it's okay with you, we'll meet at the Brew and Stew in 15 minutes. By the way, what did you say your name was?
Tex Murphy. That's T-E-X.
I got it.
Ok. Andiamo di nuovo al Brew and Stew.
Well, I hope I didn't take you away from anything important.
Nah, just a fight with my editor. Can't even remember what we argued about.
Well, don't worry, because I'm not here to start a fight.
Truth is, I piss people off, usually the wrong people.
Well, at least we got that in common.
Good. Now, you said you had a note?
Yeah.
Where'd you get this?
I got it from a client.
Your client's in danger, Murphy. How much do you know about the Black Arrow Killer?
Killed a few people in the Southwest a couple of years ago, and then a girl around here got killed recently.
You know, Malden might know more than he's letting on. Then again, he might not. Of course, if he did, I doubt he'd tell you. He's not that stupid.
I'm not so sure about that. Look, why don't you fill me in on a few details, and then I can be certain.
It's a long story.
Come on over to the booth and hear me.
You're slightly above average, aren't you?
Yeah, and many things.
Well, we'll just have to cut you down to size, won't we? When the first bodies turned up in Arizona in the summer of '41, the local police tried to keep the story off the wires. They didn't want the bad publicity. It wasn't until March of '42, when 3 other victims were found, that the story really broke big. Turned out the killer in all 5 cases had the same M.O. He sent notes to his victims before murdering them. I had a chance to see one of those notes. It was exactly like this one.
Had the black arrow, all that?
Right, and the block lettering, same words, everything. You probably know cases like this can spawn copycat murders. For that reason, the police didn't release copies of the notes to the media.
Well, so they could differentiate between the copycat killer and the real killer.
Exactly. Anyway, the Black Arrow Killer racked up 2 more victims in Nevada before the police finally caught up with him. At that point, the FBI moved in and media coverage evaporated. The name of the guy they arrested was Leroy Kettler. The night they booked him, he hung himself in his cell with a shoelace. Funny thing is, he was wearing cowboy boots.
Now that's a little hard to explain.
After things cooled off, I went down there and interviewed a few people, including an inmate who told me that 2 men in suits went to Kettler's cell the night before he hung himself. I'm pretty sure they were NSA.
NSA? What would the National Surveillance Agency be doing messing around with a serial killing case? More than that, why would they kill Kettler?
Maybe he was a fall guy. Or maybe Kettler really was the serial killer and the feds just didn't want the case resolved. Regardless, there was a cover-up.
Mac Malden said there was another case around here. How does that tie in?
It doesn't. The girl was a grad student at San Francisco Tech. There was no indication that she was receiving threatening notes, and there was nothing out of the ordinary before she was murdered. Oddly enough, the police found a note in her room. At that point, the feds moved in and took over.
That girl. What was her name?
Collins. Sandra Collins. You know something I ought to know?
I'm not sure.
Now, there's no chance that you can give me the name of your client?
You know I can't do that. But I'll tell you what. If I find out who's stalking my client, you're gonna get a scoop out of this.
That's a fair deal. By the way, have you heard of a place called Autotech?
Don't think so.
Might be worth checking into. Oh, and Murphy, one more thing. When I was following this story in Nevada, I met a guy just like you, a PI. He asked a lot of questions, too. A week later, he had a tag on his toe. Suicide, I think.
Che allegria.
Brunel certainly gave me a lot to think about. What's the common denominator between Fitzpatrick, Malloy, Kettler, and this young woman, Sandra Collins? Too few details, too many implications. The bottom line is, whoever sent the note to Emily's for real, and she's in danger. Brunel mentioned a place called Autotech. Maybe that's a place to start.
Thank you.
Somebody just jumped off the water tower on the roof of Rusty's funhouse. Dressed all in black. Maybe Emily wasn't just imagining that someone was watching her. This gate leads to the street.
Quindi c'era sul tetto di Rust. Aperta?
Rusty's front door is sealed off with a cut.
Dobbiamo entrare da qui? No. Scegliamo la lampada. Vediamo. Dice qualcosa.
A Playbub. Oh, gross. This magazine is filthy. I'll never get all the sewage off it.
Niente, dall'altro lato. Setta tattica. Dietro.
Whatever's on the end of this power box. Louis uses a rain gutter just like this one whenever he brews a pot of his
No, mi aspettavo qualcosa per arrampicare.
Back again?
Possiamo chiedergli.
The
Questo
roof of the funhouse is connected to mine. But I haven't been up there for years. I don't know anything about the NSA, and I don't care to. Of course I've heard about it. How should I know who that is?
Ok. Non sai qualcosa
Ciao.
così del testo di Rusty?
No. She's a reporter for the Bay City Mirror. She wrote those articles you were telling me about. She gave me some new information, so I need to check out a few things with you.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't spend much. I hope you ain't messing around. I don't know. I don't know.
Dove possiamo andare? Cosa qui?
¿Cómo está, P-Brain? I'm getting tired of you asking about things. Nope. Don't know. I ain't familiar with.
This place.
Adesso.
This rusted water tower looks like it hasn't been used since.
Un altro tubo da 40 pezzi. Non penso di chiedere a questo aiuto. Vero.
A blessing be. For your information, only minutes ago, I saw a light in the water tower above Rusty's funhouse.
So.
My ignorance. A name with. For your information.
I better go back and check up on Rusty's roof.
Sì, non so come arrampicare.
This rusted water tower. Rusty the Clown used to own this place, then he mysteriously disappeared. In my last case, I found his body hidden in the back.
No. Ucciso.
Rusty the...
Non è che...
Well, that won't work. The electronic shop opened last year, and I got to know the previous owner, Ham Underwood. I got an electronic shop credit card under somewhat shady circumstances, and I ran up a good-sized bill during my last case. I hear there's a new owner now, some guy named Zach Williams.
Hold it right there. Get your hands up where I can see them. All right, now, take out your electronic shop credit card. Ah. Nice and easy. So you're Murphy. I just got your photo from the credit department. We were wondering when you'd show up here again. I got orders about you. Straight from corporate headquarters. Sorry I gotta do this. But... Now then, what can I do for you?
Joke's on you, pal. That was my driver's license.
No, it wasn't. The reason we had to revoke your card is that you bought several items here about 4 months ago, and you haven't sent us a dime.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about I bring back all the stuff and we call it even?
Your account is over 120 days delinquent, and you owe us $1,230.
Say what?
That amount includes one fax machine, $399, one laser blade, $29, a film developing kit, $179.
For that piece of crap?
You bought it. And $623 in interest.
What?
$623 in interest.
Non ce l'ho 500.
So where's Ham Underwood? He and I are old buddies. Look, I think I can make a deal with him.
Ham Underwood doesn't work here anymore. In fact, I don't think he works anywhere anymore. I heard he opened his mouth just a little too wide and someone big shut it up for him. Permanently. Now pay me the $1,230 you owe me or get out.
$1,230. I don't have that kind of money. Where am I gonna find it?
A friend of mine just sold his left arm down at the Oregon Trail Donor Clinic. I've heard they pay pretty good.
Salviamo. Via che questa qua non è un canale.
Oh, maybe I'll just rip off your left arm and see if I can cash it in.
Don't threaten me. Unless you'd like your head to look like your credit card. When you're ready to pay off your debt, then we'll talk.
That's it.
Tissot watches. Last one I had broke down.
Ah, qui non siamo ancora andati.
I heard you're working on some kind of mystery. I'd like to meet the sap that hired you.
Sarcasm.
You know, I'm in such a good mood. I think I'll just ignore that comment. How about answering a few questions?
You know, it's the strangest thing, but I've seen some lights flashing up on Rusty's roof over the past week or so. Very odd. He's that new guy running the electronics shop. Don't know a thing about it. Did you know that there's some kind of secret door that comes out of Rusty's funhouse over by the warehouse? I saw the cops open it when they were there last week.
Non ci credo. Andiamo alla warehouse.
These crates are...
Conseguire per mai essere.
Sheesh. The way my...
No.
These crates are all...
No.
in a box. These are...
Ma la luce?
Good Lord, Murphy.
Pure dobbiamo andare a fare
Give yourself some credit, bro.
And you're full of baloney. They finally found Rusty, dead as disco. And the roof of the funhouse is connected to mine.
Polizia a chiedergli della Stefano.
If you get a lead on the black... We found Rusty's remains in there thanks to your tip. Sure was good to close a case on a damn clown. I'm not sure who owns the place now, but I still got the key. Sure. After the tip you gave me, I suppose the least I can do is loan you the key. We wanted to search the entire premises, but it took us forever to find a way up to the roof. Turns out there's a secret room with a ladder and a trap door. We didn't find anything up there. We didn't find anything.
Okay. Vediamo di trovare. Qui.
Rusty's front door is sealed off
No,
with a cop.
Esatto, yeah.
Well, Mac gave me the key to open the cop lock, but he didn't tell me how to deactivate it. Oh well. I'll just have to figure it out. The 4 nodes on the left have to link up with the 4 nodes on the right. The connections can't intersect or the cop lock resets.
Ecco, makes sense. Sì. Un po' strano come base. Serie tentativi di bandere. Ah, ok, non si devono sopravvivere. Non male. Niente.
Looks like...
Schermo secondo. Visto? Però prima vediamo la stanza dello staff. Niente. Sapete? No. Oh, non ricordo. Niente. Andiamo dritti alla ciccia.
Man, this fake dog you do looks real enough to step in. Man, this fake stuff looks so real. It'll make a great gag. Can you imagine the look on somebody's face when I... Hey, wait a second.
No.
Oh, sick! Those police dogs were in here. Sorry, Mac, but first things first. Rubber chickens.
Pollo.
They make me think of Grandma's rubber chicken pot pies.
Chissà se è una carrucola nel mezzo.
I once broke up with a girlfriend over a whoopee cushion. Literally. I wonder why Rusty would keep this copy machine hidden. Unless he was using it to... I don't even want to think about that.
Quindi la scala. Oh. Vediamo. C'è della roba.
Somebody left their coat here. It sure doesn't look like it's been here very long.
Esaminiamo.
I wonder if this jacket could have been left by that shadowy figure I saw up here earlier. Let's see what's in the pockets. A cufflink and torn pieces of a photograph.
Ah, ok. No, questo. Ok, questo è bello. Questi qui. Quelli. No, quello dall'altro lato. Qua. Esatto.
Looks like the exterior of Autotech, whatever that is. Well, Purnell seemed to think it was important. If I can examine this picture more closely, maybe I can find something that will help me figure out where this place is. DH. Probably the monogram of the person I'm trying to find. Looks like the exterior of Autotech, whatever that is. Well, Purnell seemed to think...
Ma non ho una lente di ingrandimento. Niente. Sono spezzatini.
Well, this must be where the local air traffic dumps their garbage.
Ho visto un oggetto.
Well, I won't be able to get into the water tower without a key.
Ho visto un oggetto.
That bird wants to leave a present on my fedora. I can just feel it. That bird wants to leave.
Con l'uno o con l'altro. Vediamo. Piano.
Well, I'm surprised this skylight. Been a... I could use a cooling unit like this in my... I'd think this rickety water tower hadn't been used in years, except for the shiny new padlock on the tower door. Looks like a Meister lock. Top of the line, they're uncuttable and unbreakable. Without the padlock key, there's no way to get inside that water tower.
Beh, abbiamo fatto abbastanza.